¿Qué onda, raza? ¿Qué onda, people? I'm here doing another video. This is for my mental health. Talk about little updates about what's going on. I felt it was something that I have to do because I go back on my videos and I watch them and they're like healing for me. It's like I'm a very wise person, so me yearning for myself, it's very refreshing and a reminder. So it's kind of hard. So it's been a little like 2 weeks and a day since my husband has left, and we've been cordial sometimes to an extent. I think someone's feeding things in his head, but once again, there's gut feelings that women have, and there's no denying them. And even though they deny them, the truth is coming out. So the truth of the matter is that I always, like, towards the end, I felt like my husband was acting like if he was, like if I was the other one. And you know these things. You have these feelings, little details here and there of how they answer or reflect or ponder about something or try to find their way out of it or hear what you have to say first before they answer. And the other night I told my husband, I feel like you're acting like as if you're cheating on somebody else with me when I'm your wife, and whoever the other person is la otra, es la Sancha. Yo soy la esposa. ¿Por qué me tratas como si yo fuera la otra? And like you feel guilty about something and like you accept things, but then at the same time you want to push off, and it's... La mujer no es nada tonta. Porque bien que your higher self hasta te dice los inquietudes, las respuestas, los mensajes, el por qué borrar mensajes si no tienes nada de qué preocuparte. Eres un mayordomo y estás dándole trabajo a alguien, ok, está bien, pero de ahí lo más. Pero el saber que tú estás teniendo una conversación con alguien por teléfono, but the rest of the messages are not there, like you label this person as a mayordoma, but yet they're asking you for work, something's not right. There's a lot of things that I've noticed. Last year when he was cheating on me, that's when he started being abusive to me. And this year again, from like towards like the beginning of the year, that's when he started doing it all over again. And I'll speak my truths to my parents because my mom's my best friend. Of course, I speak my truths to my kids too because they're my best friends. But I never spoke my truth about what was going on with my husband. She would try to give me a hug, and I'm like, it's my scoliosis. I have scoliosis, and I wouldn't let her hide me sometimes. I'm like, oh, Mom, I got back problems. No, my back was hurting because I have a ramp outside my house, and he kept slamming me and slamming me and slamming me up against the ramp flat on my back. I'm amazed that the neighbors never got into it. They have cameras facing straight towards my house. Me letting off the alarm for like 5 minutes after midnight, having him in my car because he has nowhere to go when I got the alarm and I got the control. And the neighbors want to be getting mad at me. Hello, that was my way of asking for help. I got one true neighbor that lives next to me, and she had a gut feeling that something was going on. Women, if you know something's going on, when you know. But sometimes it's like we don't want to accept it or believe it. But she's like, I thought I was tripping, and she told her husband that she was going to come and check up on me. Like, who does that? Who lets an alarm go off for 5 minutes at night after midnight and think it's normal? No, it's not. So, yeah, he said he's already seeing another girl. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's only been 2 weeks, huh? I do everything for that man, and still do. And I need to learn how to cut it off now because it's just too painful. Like, I know we're doing way better without him. I'm doing more now in these last 2 weeks. Well, I mean, I've done a lot throughout our marriage, but my mind, I changed that chip in my brain automatically. Automáticamente tuve que cambiar el chip en mi cerebro, así como hice el año pasado y así como ha hecho durante los años de nuestro matrimonio, para seguir respirando, para seguir sobreviviendo. I needed to keep breathing. I needed to keep going. My kids are my reason. It's fine. He wants to move on. That's fine. But, dude, it's only been 2 weeks, so what does that mean? You had her off to the side as reservation? Or you were seeing her before you actually left the house? Trying to say, oh, it's been 3 days already since I don't have my ring on. I haven't had a silicone ring on. Oh, look, even the marking is still on there. And I'm like, don't worry, I got another one. You know, or not being able to pass the kitchen to get to my room because our room's in the back. Like, men are mean. Men are mean. Maybe I can't speak for all men, but I'm still looking for that right one. You know, I want a godly man. You know, and ever since certain people have found out, they want to, like, talk to me differently, or, you know, like, I'm not just a body, you know, and my body is for God, just like my mind and my eyes. Just because I'm not with my husband physically anymore doesn't mean it gives me the right de andar allá, you know. I really did truly love my husband. And he'd be lying if he said he didn't love me, because he can't even look at me in the face. That's how you know something's up. Hey, look at me in the face. Look at me in the eyes. What's going on? How come you can't look at me anymore? I'm not conceited at all. But this guy, you know, lately I've been looking at myself and I'm like, ¿sabes qué, Marta? Dios te hizo bonita. Thank you, mami, papi. So why do I feel like this? O maybe es de tantas veces que te han dicho, nadie va a querer una mujer como tú. ¿Por qué no va a querer una persona, una mujer, un hombre, una mujer que le tiene amor y temor a Dios primero? Amor y respeto hacia sus padres y pone su familia primero. I disciplined my 5 kids, and I get compliments all the time that I'm doing such a good job. And even though I know, it's nice to hear it, because my husband never gave me no acknowledgement. He don't even know his kids. No los conoce personalmente para nada. I don't want to talk bad about him, because you know what? He did me a favor. He did me a favor of leaving us and on Mother's Day. You know, maybe God was telling me all along, and I just missed, you know, fighting for my marriage, because I don't believe in divorce. But if anybody out there can give me some advice, maybe some advice on law, you know, what's convenient, what to do, what's the next step if you really want to, you know, I already took my other last name off. You know, I'm back to Marta Velázquez González. But I loved my last name, you know, Cruz, porque representaba a mi Padre Dios. I need some advice. I need some love, some experiences. I need some interactions. But I'm still going to record a video with my kids, because that brings me love and joy and making content for you guys. So keep me in your guys' prayers the way you guys are in mine. Help my channel grow. I don't want to depend on a man. He took me out of work and everything. I want to make my own income. I want to make my own money. I want to boss up the way I was. I don't want to look for him anymore. I don't want to have to ask him for money anymore. I want to be an independent woman for the 5 of our kids, to be an example. Ora, so if he comes around and calls, it's because he's looking for the kids, not just because, you know, I need money. I need my rent to be paid. I need my bills to be paid. I don't want that anymore. I've always done everything myself, you know, in the past. Even when I was with somebody else, I paid the rent. I paid the bills. I was the one that had the job. My parents always taught me as a young, you know, to be hardworking. And, you know, I'm barely getting to that point and acknowledging that I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm a strong woman. And don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You know, love is blind. Is it better to have loved than to love? I would rather have loved than not loved at all. Because if it wasn't for that love, my 5 kids wouldn't exist. And I know for sure that he can say que cada uno de nuestros hijos, every one of our kids were made with love. And that's one thing that he's never denied. All right. That's a little bit for my mental health. I'll be okay. Right now it's when I need my friends. So please reach out to me. Give me a like, comment, and I'm out. Peace.